Friday the 14th of August 2020. Letter to Trustees, Magdalene College, Magdalene Street, Cambridge, CV3 0AG. Dear Trustee of Magdalene College, divestment of college assets.
I write to you in your capacity as a trustee of Magdalene College to ask you to urgently divest the remaining investments that your institution has in the fossil fuel industry. I have a huge fondness for Magdalene College, which I'm certain I share with you. In the past, I was an undergraduate supervisor for the college for several years, something I was very proud of. However, it gives me no pride to now read that Magdalene is one of the remaining colleges which have not invested their investments in fossil fuels. I'm writing to you now to urge you to do the right thing.
It is the trustees' responsibility to ask that divestment be on the agenda at the next trustees' meeting, knowing that failing to divest might be to expose the college to significant financial loss if the companies so invested find themselves with significant stranded assets. By allowing the investments to proceed after so many public warnings, the trustees could be considered negligent.
The climate and ecological emergency cannot wait, and we must all become activists, doing what is in our power to change this. Did you know that the unethical qualifier extended to companies that are complicit in climate and environmental crimes? In other words, should trustees accept funding from such or include them in pension funds?
We ask you personally whether you will make a pledge to vote in favour of divesting the entire direct and indirect investment in the fossil fuel industry of the endowment of Magdalene College, as and when it is brought to you via a trustee meeting or college council of Magdalene College.
We further ask you if you would accelerate the process of divestment decision making, to join several other colleges who have announced their intentions to rid themselves of their damaging investments, and to inform us of your intentions as soon as possible.
For more details on this, please refer to the short addendum at the bottom. If you would be willing to make this pledge, please would you write to us at info@xrcambridge.org.
All kindest wishes, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Signed, an anonymous member of Extinction Rebellion, Extinction Rebellion Cambridge, and Extinction Rebellion Youth Cambridge.
What follows is a quotation from Reverend Rowan Williams, Master of Magdalene College, Introduction to Fossil Fuel Divestment at the University of Cambridge.
Environmental degradation is of one kind and another is a life and death question for many communities around the world, especially for some of the most economically vulnerable. This is something which, as chair of the global development NGO, Christian Aid, I am made conscious of very regularly. The cost of our slowness or indifference to these matters is immensely grave for the poorest in our world, and many of them are bewildered by our sluggish responses. We repeatedly and rightly insist on our public commitment to opening the resources of the university more and more widely, and this means that we have recognised a duty to those whose voices are historically muted or silenced by poverty and inequality. The climate issue is one that is seen increasingly clearly to be bound up with these basic matters of justice.
The list of trustees is as follows:
Dr. Ari Echold,
Stephen Morris,
Dr. Hughes Azaran,
Professor Babinsky,
Dr. Cecilia Brasnett,
Dr. Birchall,
Dr. Bernstein,
Professor Carpenter,
Dr. Coombs,
Dr. Bois-Pédin,
Professor Dupree,
Dr. Hadida,
Professor Harper,
Dr. Hughes,
Dr. Jones,
Dr. Martin,
Silk Charlotte Mention,
Dr. Patel,
Dr. Patterson,
Dr. Pierce,
Professor Spencer,
Dr. Waite,
Dr. Watkins,
Professor Stubbo,
Dr. Stoddard,
Dr. Roebuck,
Corrine Lloyd,
Professor Benison,
Dr. Skinner,
Dr. So,
Dr. Williams,
Reverend Munns,
Dr. Khaled,
Dr. Oysen,
Professor Lane,
Dr. Bacalado,
Dr. Eglin,
Dr. Carroll,
Dr. Orr,
Sarah Atkins,
Marie Dr. Christina Scott,
Dr. Megji.
Dr. Ahmed.
There are 43 trustees of Magdalene College. The chair is Rowan Williams. These are the letters we're going to deliver to them today.